watched a video where a lady said she applied to over 3,000 jobs after graduation so she could secure a work visa. And if I had heard this 2 years ago, I would have found it very hard to believe. 3,000 jobs. But as someone who has experienced firsthand the trenches of job hunting, I believed and understood her story. I studied public health in uni, and for years when anyone asked me what I was going to do with it, I would say, I'm going to be an epidemiologist. But after I left uni, I wasn't so sure it was something I wanted to do anymore. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted a job I would actually enjoy, one I wouldn't be miserable going to every day. The process of searching for and applying to jobs was a very exhausting one. There were days when I felt like I was literally losing my mind from applying over and again. Job hunting as a recent grad and at any stage can be so frustrating. From searching for jobs to filling out application forms, revising your CV again and again, writing screening tests, doing interviews, getting shortlisted or not, and everything else. The entire process can be so draining, especially when you're doing it for the first time. Your most frequented websites become Glassdoor, Workday, Indeed, LinkedIn, Greenhouse, and the almighty Gmail, whatever email you use. I used to think it was a personal problem until I went on social media platforms like Reddit and TikTok and saw that graduates all over the world were experiencing the same problem. If you have or are currently job hunting, you know how overwhelming it is. It can be such a hassle because 1, you've not really done this before. 2, thousands of graduates are applying to the same roles as you. 3, many organizations still ask for years of experience for entry-level roles. And 4, they don't teach us a lot about the job market in uni. We learn most of it ourselves through trial and error. As someone who has been there, I know how long and tiring the journey to getting your first big girl job can be. You become a researcher, a writer, an editor, a strategist, and even a public speaker in your pursuit of a job. I graduated in November 2024, and it wasn't until June 2025 that I got the offer of what I would call at the time my dream job. Those months were ones for the books, and if I could go back, I would do things a bit differently. In my first few months of job applications, my first mistake was applying to everything without a plan. I was applying like rent was due, and it left me so burned out. No one was pressuring me to get a job. I was just scared of getting assigned a job I wouldn't like. So I wanted to be one step ahead and get a job on my own terms. I was applying to anything and everything, and whenever I saw a job notification come up, whether it was in the morning, noon, or night, I would apply, and it drained me in the long run. If I could do it all over again, I wouldn't apply to jobs so haphazardly. I would have a system to apply and keep track of my applications. Saying I'll apply for 2 to 3 hours every day is less mentally overwhelming than applying randomly throughout the day. Job hunting can be a full-time job on its own, and I feel like I made it my entire life. I sat in front of my laptop so much it caused me eye strain and headaches, and if I could go back, I would actually cultivate a life outside of job hunting. I would do more things like going outside, shopping, hanging out with friends, and just doing things outside of applying. Another mistake I made was trying to do it alone. I found that doing it by myself was harder and lonelier, and embracing my community in the job hunt process was a better approach. Talking to friends who were also applying to jobs, friends I could rant to about the struggles of applying, friends I could talk to while applying, friends I could hang out with when I wasn't applying. They all helped me stay sane in the overwhelm of job hunting. With job hunting, it can be tempting to do it all by ourselves, and it can feel like something we need to keep private and have it all sorted out before telling anyone or asking for help. But that's not always the best way to go. I remember that with my last job, it was my sister who sent me an Instagram post from my former boss about the role she was hiring for. And she sent it because she knew I was job hunting. I also once got a job opportunity by reaching out to a former lecturer who spoke to a friend of his that worked at a company I wanted to work at. I remember feeling very nervous to ask for help because I didn't want to impose, but I did, and I asked for help and I got help. If I could do it all over again, I would ask for as much help as possible. I would ask for help from friends, from relatives of friends, from anybody that I thought could help. Like they say, a closed mouth is a closed destiny. Lastly, for a long time, I felt hesitant to share my career journey online. I felt like platforms like LinkedIn were very intimidating, with people always talking about corporate career stuff. But I eventually realized how helpful they can be for connecting with people and finding opportunities. And I learned a while back that the biggest hack to showing up online is simply being myself. One time, I got a job opportunity from a LinkedIn post where I was talking about my job hunting journey and how I got my job, and someone reached out with an additional job opportunity. If I could go back, I would definitely write more, share more, and talk about my skills and experiences more openly. I'll also not be so scared to reach out to ask for opportunities, because even though some people didn't respond to my messages, a bunch of them did and gave me opportunities because I asked. If I could do it all over again, there are many things I would do differently. But the most important thing I will have done is that I wouldn't have worried so much. I would have enjoyed the process a lot more. Looking back, yes, it was a very stressful process, but it was only temporary, even though at the time it seemed so long and grueling. I really wish I had more fun with the process and didn't stress so much, because at the end, everything worked out. If you're currently job hunting, just know that you're doing something incredibly hard, and if no one has told you thus far, well done. I once saw a quote that said, "One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful." Your job application journey is that struggle, and soon you will look back and call it beautiful. Looking back at my job application journey, it taught me that I can do hard things. It taught me that I can step outside the boundaries I placed on myself and even the ones other people placed on me. It showed me that I can ask for opportunities, that I can put myself out there, and more than anything, it showed me that my dreams are possible and my big goals are achievable. No matter how long it takes, you will get a job you actually enjoy going to, a job that pays you well, a job where you learn as much as you earn, a job you wake up excited to go to, a job you thank God for every day, a job where you feel extremely valued, a job with the best co-workers you could have ever asked for, a job that doesn't drain you, a job where your hard work doesn't go unnoticed. Hang in there, you've got this, and your job is coming soon.